All right, we live, we lit. What's
All
up,
right.
everybody? It's your boy June 5th, June Money, and I'm back with another interview, man. I want to
Yes,
give a
sir.
shout out to Doug. Hey, Doug, man, shout out your page, man. Tell them where they can follow you at.
My page is Doug Walk Different. I just do a lot of inspirational stuff on there, stuff that that encourage about on the day to day. So everybody need encouragement. So I just try to lift people up. You know, and try to mean what I say and walk what I say. So that's what my page is all about.
Mm-hmm. More like motivational
Yeah,
speaking.
yeah, motivational
Mm-hmm.
encouragement. Yeah, I've been like that pretty much growing up, even when I was on the streets, man. I love to encourage and motivate people. I was
Mm-hmm.
always like that. So
Yeah, that's a good character trait to have, man. To be
yeah,
able to motivate people. I definitely could say through my experiences with you, you gave me a lot of motivation to keep going, to not give up on myself, and most importantly, to not listen to the negativity. See what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because
But
too much
real,
negative, man, it
mhm,
does something. Too much negative, man. It discourages you, and plus people don't realize it can affect you physically too.
mhm, for
Yeah,
sure. Let
yeah.
me know. I put your name on the bottom of the screen. Let me know if I spelled it right.
Let's see. Yep, that's it. That's
Yep.
good.
Okay. So
Yeah.
everybody, that's how you could subscribe to Doug channel. It's doing
Okay.
very, very well right now. But right now we're gonna talk about a personal situation that happened within his life.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got cheated on before, of course, but
Right.
I never been married, you
Right.
know. So this is a serious situation, and I'm curious to know what happened, man. So I'm gonna start off with thanking God. Thank God that we here. Thank God for another day. And I appreciate you, Doug. Right?
Hey, no, ain't no thing, man. Appreciate you too.
No problem, bro. Okay. So my first question, Doug. How long were you two in a relationship before you got married?
Before I got married, we was let's see, we was in a relationship maybe 4 years before we got married. 4 years. Yep.
Okay. So you don't think because when I think of marriage, I kind of think like 8 years, 10 years. Through your experiences, through marriage, do you think that matters? Like, do you think that y'all should have been together longer than 4 years before y'all got married?
It all depends. Depends because, like I said, I knew, like for example, I have a homie that's in Georgia, and he met his wife off of Plenty of Fish, and they
Okay.
dated for a year, and now they married. They like 12 years in now. So it really all depends. Like me, after the third year, this is just me personally. After the third year, I mean, not even 3 years. After the first or second year, you should know that this is the woman you want to be with. Because I don't believe in courting for a long time. Because I usually date with a purpose. So,
Okay.
but at the same time, I should have paid attention to all the red flags. But I was young, you in love, and you want
Mhm.
this woman, and then we started going on series of dates and stuff like that, and we started getting close. We spent a lot of time together. So and
Okay. You
yeah,
said something interesting just now, Doug. You said dating with a purpose. What do
yeah.
you mean by that? I think that you could help a lot of people out that's in the dating world when you say your answer. What do you mean by dating with a purpose?
Dating with the purpose of being in a commitment. Like some people date, they just want to just play house basically. I just want to date. I don't want no commitment. I was raised, to, you find a woman you love or you marry. So my purpose in dating is the ultimate goal is to make this woman my wife. You
Mm,
know, so
okay.
you date, you get to know them, you get to know the family, you get to know the person. 'Cause to me, it don't take you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years to get to know a person. You can really get to know the person in about a year if you spend time together a lot. Like if you got
Right.
a distance relationship, like she live across state, it might be a little harder because you don't know
Mhm.
what they doing over there. When you get on the phone, everything's cool, but when you hang up, you don't know what's
You,
going on.
yeah, you don't know what she doing. That's a fact. That's a fact. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody different. What's up, Blue Blood? What's up, Tango?
What's up,
Um,
Blue Bud?
yeah, everybody is different, but I'm not really a long distance relationship type of guy. You feel me? But
Yep, yep.
so I want to know, how did you guys first meet? When did Doug lay eyes on you?
Oh man, I used to work at a church in West Philly, and I was maintenance and security there. So one
Yeah.
day I used to relieve a security guard. Well, actually, security guard. I used to relieve him for his lunch breaks, and I used to be up front at the front desk, and she used to come in, bringing
Okay.
her kids in. So after the fourth time, I just hollered at her, and she had just got a relationship with her ex. So we just started talking for like 3 weeks. We just started like casual conversation, and then I just asked her for a date. Then we went out to Olive Garden. That was our first date. Then everything springed up from there. So yeah, I met her. I
Mm.
met her right at the church.
Oh, you met her at church.
Yep, right at church.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you wasn't really thinking like, oh, just because she just got out of a relationship or whatever, is no potential in her, or because a lot of dudes would think that, or a lot of females would think that, like, oh, you
hmm
just got out of a relationship, you probably just looking for somebody for the time being. That's not how it turned out for you.
No, no, because I had an attraction to her. First by the eye. Because how she looked. And all
Okay.
that stuff, and her personality, how she moved. So I figure I better shoot my shot. Before somebody else grab her. So I that's how. And it wasn't like because the church I was going to, it ran like a business during the day. So I also worked there. So I didn't know her family went there too, but I never saw her. Only time I saw her, she was dropping the kids because they had a daycare center there too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she used to drop her kids off at daycare, and then I hollered at her right up front at security booth.
Right, right. Okay. First of all, shout out Miss T, shout out ebook, shout out everybody that's coming into the chat, man. I thank y'all for the support. Hit the like button and make sure y'all subscribe to Doug's channel, man. It's Doug Walk Different. You can see it going around the bottom of the screen, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so Doug, right? You
yep,
meet you meet this woman, a beautiful woman, church going woman, right?
uh huh.
How old were you guys when you met?
Oh man, let me see. I think I was 21
Oh,
because
young.
yeah, I was 21 because I
Uh-huh.
had just I joined that church at 19, and
Okay.
I was still 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot in there, and then yeah, I was 21, and she was I think she was 22.
Okay. So she was
Yeah,
like y'all damn near the same age, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's the first time ever I had somebody like near my age.
Okay. You used to older women. You used to date older women.
Yeah, older woman, like 10 years older than me, 5 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you meet this young woman at church, you
Mm,
feeling her, y'all get into a relationship, y'all in a relationship for 4 years, right?
right, right.
Y'all become friends and then y'all get in a relationship.
Yeah, we came. She actually wanted to like she was actually pushing the rush a little bit. And
Okay.
I don't. And then I started feeling like I was a rebound, like because
Mm,
she was in a bad relationship with her ex, and then it's like she wanted to get in a relationship with me that fast. Now I think you get a relationship fast like that, it won't last too long.
yeah.
So I kind of like slow walked it. Some people
Mhm.
say crop pocket, crop potted. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
slow walked it, and I made it under because I had to get for gas. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had that game though,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I kind of talked to her in a way, and I slowed it down. because I didn't want to. I seen myself going further with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I was focused on her. Like one thing about it, if I'm into you, I'm focused only on you. I wasn't the cheating type. I didn't. If I'm with you, I'm with you, and
Okay, okay,
that was like that's what I was focused on.
okay. So, what age did y'all end up getting married at?
We got married in '04. So see, I think I was 20, 21, 20. I think I was like 25.
Okay.
Yeah, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 25. We got married. Yeah, right in I don't know if you're familiar with Philly. We got married up in West Philly, right at this hall, not too far from the church. Yep, I was 25.
Right. So y'all was together for 4 years and then y'all got married, right?
Yep.
Okay. So did y'all have any children that was involved in this situation, or y'all were just married? That was it.
Well, she had well, I did have a daughter and a son prior to get married. And then she had two kids, and I actually let me back up just a little bit. I did build a relationship with the kids, and I think that was an attraction because I used to always go into daycare, play with the kids, talk to them when they come in the hallway. I pick them up,
Mm-hmm.
buy them lunch. So I started building up. They started asking for me, when she go home. So that kind of like, because they biological dad wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so me being that role model to them, that kind of like gave her like a more encouragement. So I guess that made her fall in love with me more.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, I understand. All right.
yeah.
So, um, okay. So you was like a good stepfather, and you was a good man that she could rock with, right?
Yes, sir.
So I looking back, do you feel like y'all was too young to get married, or you feel like that didn't play into y'all discrepancies and disputes?
No, I don't think we was too young. I don't think we was too young at all. I think we should have. Only thing I think we should have did is I think we should have got more. Um, I think we should have got to know each other more. Because
Okay.
when you get a little further, you'll see why I said that. Because other
Right.
stuff happened,
Yeah.
and
We don't want to go too far fast,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right. So this just a general question that I got next. What is
Uh,
the best age you think that a person should get married?
it's really to me personally, and everybody might think different. I think 25, 26 is the best age, and I think 25, 20. No, that's too young. I think about 31,
Okay.
because especially if you're going to school, you're trying to get in a financial stable, all that stuff. You want to make sure that's the right way to do it. Make sure you got all that stuff right, because when you get married, you want your new wife to be financially secured, and have your own spot. I did it all wrong, bro. So that's
Yeah. I
yeah,
get you. I get you.
yeah. But to me, I think 31, because that you should be out of school, got your education, you got your finances in order, your credit good,
Mhm.
all that stuff like that. So to me, I think 31.
31.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that because at 31, you a little bit more mature. You see like clearer, the material stuff that you probably wanted, or the places you probably wanted to go to when you
Uh-huh.
was younger, like 25 or 21. You ain't even thinking about that stuff no more. You see what I'm
No,
saying? So
no, because
I think 31 is a good age, right?
because I went straight from like 12 years old straight to adult. I ain't had no teenage fun, man. I just went from 12 to adult.
Mm.
Yeah, so I don't know how it is to have like proms and all that stuff. I never went on those things because
You never went
I
to prom or none of that?
not proms. I didn't go to like trips. I was just on the streets
Okay,
hustling. Because I
right.
had to feed the family, my sister, so. But that's
Okay.
that's another story. That's even deeper. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So,
yeah.
how was y'all relationship, man? Y'all had a lot of ups and downs, or what? Or was y'all more like best friends, cool with each other? Like, how was it during the duration of the relationship?
Be honest with you, when we when we was together for the 4 years and the marriage, for the first 7 years of the marriage and relationship, it was good. I mean, we had, every relationship got its little the discrepancies, problems, arguments, but I thought I was like, I thought I was living in a fantasy because she would treat me so good at first. You know what I mean? I'm like, I never had nobody bring me lunch at work, come up,
Right.
surprise me, call me throughout the day. How was your day? You
Mhm.
know, get home and tired, and make sure, my bath water. I don't take baths, but she run a shower, make sure my clothes laid out. All that. I never experienced none of that stuff.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah, I
she was
mean,
a good
yeah.
woman.
Yeah, she was a good woman. Started that way, yup.
Yeah. Okay, okay. What's up, all due respect? Yeah, I see them over there, but right now we focus on the task, man. All right, so now I'm gonna switch it to we're gonna talk about your cousin for a second, right?
Okay.
Okay. How old was your cousin when this incident happened?
He was he was a little older than me. He was, let's see, I was 24. He was like 5 years older than me. He was about 36. I would say 36.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
about 36. 35. I think about 35. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So was he your cousin on your mom's side or your dad's side?
He was on my mom's side. And I didn't know he was my cousin at first until I found out through my mom and them. So I didn't know that. And then
Okay.
we started getting closer from that.
Okay. So he not like a first cousin, like y'all got the same grandmother. He's
Nah.
like okay, okay. He's like a second or third cousin type of thing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right, so y'all didn't really grow up together, but y'all still know of each other to where it's like that's my cousin, right?
Yeah. That's my cuz. Yep.
Okay, okay. So you answered those two questions basically. Y'all didn't run together as kids.
Hmm.
Um, was did he become one of your close relatives? Did y'all build a good relationship?
Yeah, because we was he used to come at the crib. We used to his kids ate at my house, and we all hung out, and we used to train together because he knew Kempo. He was like I think a second degree or for I don't know. He was a Kempo, and I was doing boxing, so we were training each other in a different sport. So we started doing that, and then we got close because he came up to the crib like 3 times a week, and we used to
Mhm.
hang out, and then plus he had his own construction company. So I used to
Okay.
go work with him, and we built a close bond. So to the point that I looked at him as more than a cousin. I looked at him as a brother.
Right, right. Of
Yeah,
course, of
yeah,
course. Okay, so you just said he had children. Did he
yep.
have a relationship? Was he in a relationship? Did he have a wife or something?
He was married, bro.
Wow.
He was married. He had one
Wow.
daughter. Yep.
Yeah, people have no shame, man. Okay, so all right. Did your kids know him?
Yeah, they did because because the stepkids in the house, yeah, they knew him. My biological didn't didn't really care for him too much. My
Mhm.
daughter, my oldest daughter at the time, and then my the two that because I had four, so I had
Okay.
two a son and a daughter. My oldest daughter right now she's 31, but at the time she was like 13, something like that. But she didn't
Okay.
really like him. She had a bad. I didn't pay no mind, but she had a bad vibe around him. But nonetheless, all the kids, in the crib, all the steps, and all that we all trained together, hung out. We went on like trips, amusement parks, and all that stuff. Man, we like it was cool like that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. What's up, Shot Town? Now, see me. This is why I don't really like bringing people around my family. Like whether they my cousins or it don't really matter to me. Like my even my best friends, I try not to bring them around my girl and my kids because it's like any little thing it could look weird and bad, right?
Right.
So did you notice any small signs that them two was like messing around with each other or giving each other the side eye or anything or
At first, bro, I started getting slight hints, but because of the closeness that we are, I didn't think nothing of it, and that's when I was going to tell you when we get a little bit. That's how I was trying to get my man Mike, because he's in Cali. But he was the one that brought a lot of stuff to my attention that made me think, and it gets worse though. But he plays a big part in this because he really looked out for me. And back then, he was a young boy, man. Mike was like 14, 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I trained him. Actually, I trained him in boxing, and he used to stay over the crib, and he the one came, and he's like, "Yo, Aaron," he said, "Yo, Doug, man," he said, "Bro, I something ain't right, man." I was like, "Man, you don't know what you're talking about, man." Discrediting him because he's young. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right,
But
right.
yeah, so yeah,
So did your wife ever come to you and say, well, I'm having problems with you in the bedroom, or I want you to spend more time with me, or did she tell you anything like that, or she just,
nah, bro, we had no problem in the bedroom. I spent time with her, even though I was working like 13-hour shifts because I was a operation manager at Home Depot at the time. So
okay.
I would leave the crib at 9:30 at night and don't come home till 8 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So nah, but I mean, if she did have problems, she never told me. And every so often I would ask her, we would sit down and we would, like, if there's any problems in a relationship, we would try to put it on the table and then
mhm.
resolve it before it get big. Cause we never believed in sweeping stuff under the rug, but if she did have an issue, she never told me, and she didn't move like she had an issue. So nah, mm-mm.
Yeah, I think he kind of answered that, but I'm gonna ask him again. Blue wants to know, before the situation with your cousin,
Uh,
and your ex-wife, was she a good woman, and how did that change?
yeah. I think we talked about that early on. Yeah, she was a good woman.
Hmm.
She was a very good woman, man. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, he said he met her at church. She
Yep.
was a beautiful woman. She used to cook, clean, talk to him about problems, everything. It was no signs that she wanted somebody else.
And the downfall with me, and I had to my old head had to check me on that because I was very gullible, and I let people in too quick. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And that was my fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you said there was no weird signs that you was noticing. Did you have like a gut feeling or something that she was cheating on you, like
Yeah.
intuition?
Yeah, because I noticed a lot of the patterns start changing. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Things start changing, and one thing with me, what I learned from being in the streets and stuff, I pay attention to a lot of stuff, and so
Right.
I just started watching her patterns, and it started changing. But I didn't want to assume, but I
Hmm.
was just watching, and then then that's when I started thinking. I know a couple times I was just sitting in the car and thinking, and I didn't want to assume, so I was like, maybe she's not, maybe she is. I didn't want to ask her and make the problem worse, so I started I started having feelings, but then I didn't want to overthink it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now that made perfect sense, bro.
Yeah.
That made perfect sense. Okay. All right. So, why was your cousin at your house to begin with? Was he
We
living with you?
no, he used to we used to train in my basement.
Okay.
I had a boxing gym in my basement, and we used to train in the
Okay.
basement. And then once we all got close, so he used to because he was trying to mentor her stepson because he had like little behavioral problems and stuff, and he was good at talking to teenagers. So he used to come up there, um, and talk to him and hang out with him and stuff like that. So it was times that when I'm at work and I because at the middle of the night I used to call, check on the crib, and I hear his voice in the background. I'm like, yo, what you doing at the crib at 1 o'clock in the morning? But I was so naive and stupid, and I didn't even think like, why are you at home with your wife?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So, he come up with he's really good at coming up with excuses, man. But I didn't think he would ever do anything, to that extent.
Okay, so he was like a slick talker, somebody
Oh
that could
man,
talk his way out of it.
he had
That's the type of guy he was. Okay,
he
okay.
slick in the oil, man.
Right, right. Okay,
Yep,
okay. Yeah, I got some slick family members too, man.
yep.
Okay, so you saying you never noticed your cousin staring at your wife or coming out of random places or overly excited to see each other, nothing like that.
No, I did peep one time. We just got finished training in the basement, and we ordered some pizza and wings for everybody, and then they got into an argument over wings, and it
Mm.
was kind of a weird argument because it was, you know, they argued over that. And when I came upstairs, the how when you when somebody argue and then when you come in the room,
Hmm.
you could tell like if somebody was talking about you, or you get that weird feeling, or it just feels strange.
Right, right,
Yeah, and the looks on their face. And when I saw that, that really made me start thinking. And
right.
then we actually got into a heated argument about that later that day because I didn't like that.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
they both denied it, and
Oh, of course, of course, of course.
or you didn't address it, type shit.
Yeah, they denied it. I talked to him. He was like, man, we was arguing because now he said that they got the wrong order because he wanted hot wings and she wanted a mile and he wound up getting 2 miles and she because with hot stuff it makes her stomach hurt. She had a really stomach issue and they
Yeah.
argued about that and then first because the argument didn't make sense because at first when I heard the back of it was like, why you didn't order me no wings, and then the argument changed when I got out there. So I kept replaying that in my mind all night when I was at work. I said, this don't make sense.
Yeah.
So when I confronted both of them, they both denied it. And then you can hear the stuttering in his voice. That was another giveaway.
Okay, okay. So you just adding up all the signs. You just
Yep,
adding them up,
yep,
right?
yep.
Okay. So do you feel like you was responsible for this happening, or do you think this is do you put the guilt on them? Because some people would be like, man, if only I did this, or if only I did that, maybe she wouldn't have cheated on me, or maybe my cousin wouldn't have snaked me, or people try to put the blame on themselves. But how did you feel?
Yeah, I took some of the blame, maybe like 10% of it, because at the time we really stopped communicating. It was that point like we were just like two shook passing by going in the house, and I started communicating because some women, they like commute with lack of communication and attention. They would try to go find it elsewhere. But the reasoning why she did all this will come out once you get to that part. When everything came out, what happened. I've really found out the reasoning why. It was a stupid reason, but it was a reason.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. Okay, okay. So now, walk us through the day of how you caught your ex-wife cheating on you with your cousin.
Oh man. Whew.
Yeah,
All
walk
right.
us
So
through it, man.
all right. So look, my the guy Mike I was telling you about, right? So this how it went down. So we was in the basement because it was just me and him training, and he sat me down. He was like, Aaron. He said, "Listen, man, something's going on with them too." He said, and now he told me what he noticed. He said, "I noticed I'm talking secretly on the side when he come in because he used to stay with me for a little bit because him and his mom had issues, and he said I used to see them talking, and then he said one night he came over late, and I remember I had talked to him prior. He told me he was out on a job, but he was actually at the crib. So this what happened. So what we did, we made a play. So I said, all right, we're gonna act like we beefing, and I want you to try to get information out of him and see what happens. So he was on Facebook. Now I was at work at
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot. I having a meeting with my crew. So what he did was he started communicating with him on Facebook, and act like me and him was beefing. Me and my man Mike. I call him cousin too because we kind of close. So they
Yeah.
was beefing. This dude was telling him everything. He was telling him how they went to New York. That was their first dinner date on a
Wow.
ferry. All right. They spent time at a hotel in King of Prussia. I don't know if you're familiar with King of Prussia. They was in a hotel at King of Prussia, Hilton Garden. I remember to this day. They was over
Damn.
there. He sent him audio tape of them. He took him on a trip to Miami, and
Damn.
he supposed to went with his wife somewhere, but he lied to her, said he had to go on a trip with his construction company. So he went to took her to Miami. He left her in Miami, flew back home, picked her up, and took her on the trip. And I could hear the audio, the argument. She fussed him out because he left her up there. I don't want to say what she said on there because I don't want to, it's kind of explicit, but I don't want to say it. But so then he sent him a video of them having sex.
Wow.
Now he recorded this because way back then, her cousin claimed she accused her cousin of raping her. So his excuse was he wanted to record this stuff so he won't get accused of the same thing. So he recorded everything. So I had that, and now he sent him that. So when I was at work, he called me and asked. He called me crying. He said, "Yo, man," he said, "you need to sit down." He said, "I got some stuff to show you." So I went to the other room, and he sent me all the stuff on Facebook Messenger, and then I saw these pictures, and when I saw these pictures, man, I just blanked out. I couldn't see anything. I was like, I couldn't talk. I
Yeah.
got so angry.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: I was more angry at him more than her because I had a feeling she was cheating, but I didn't think it was gonna be this close. But then I
Right.
felt stupid at the same time that I didn't pay attention.
Right.
So I
Right.
got all that information. And mind you, she don't even know I know this stuff yet.
Mm.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Then I'm at work. So I knew where he lived at because he lived like 5 minutes from the crib.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the first thing I did was call her sister. And when her sister found out, she got upset and she started crying. That it raised my anger more. So
That's
then we both called his wife, and she went off, and that made me even more angry because she was a good woman to him. Now, mind you, again, she don't know I know this stuff yet.
right.
So I get pissed off, and I'm ready to go to his crib, and the guys on my crew hold me back from going over there. And they sat me down and calmed me down. I call my brother up, and me and him talking. He wants to come up, and unalive him. My brother, he's deep in the streets, man. He's crazy. He ain't here no
Yeah.
more though. Yeah, but he wanted to come up and do his thing. So I'm pacing back and forth all night, and then when I finally called her, and when she said hello, baby, I went off, bro.
Yeah.
I went off, and she denied it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is after that. This is when it get worse because when I was going home, because we had like a 20-minute window where the kids are home by themselves. So she had to leave out the house at certain time, and I had to I left work like 7 in the morning. So the kids be in the house, they be still asleep. I go and get them from school. So I get home, I hurry up and get them from school, and I'm pacing back in the house. So I went upstairs. Now this is my mindset. I go
Mm-hmm.
upstairs, go on my safe. I get the 45 loaded up, and I'm pacing back and forth from my house. So right now my mind ain't thinking right. I'm in a dark spot. I'm not thinking about I had to get both of them. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah.
So for an hour, I'm pacing back. I think if she'd have walked in that day, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be here talking to you right now, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
That's the mindset I was at. So
Yeah.
my phone rang. Um, my one of the deacons from the church called me to invite me over to men's breakfast, and he noticed that the stress in my voice, so he calmed me down. We talked. I put the joint away, and then it got me even more mad when she came at the crib, and I confronted her. And I showed her the pictures, and she denied it. I got even more angry. I ain't gonna lie, man. I took the tablet, man, and threw it at her.
She denied
Yeah.
the pictures?
Yeah, she denied it. When I showed her the video, I don't want to say too much on here because I don't want to get your
You
channel
good.
shut. Yeah. But I showed the picture. I said, yo, this is your legs up in the air. This is you getting hit from behind. I mean, I had the video.
I know that shit hurt, bro.
Man, let me tell you, that messed me up, bro, for a while.
Keep it G, you was crying during this
I was too angry. I was enraged.
You was more angry.
Yeah, I was enraged to my skin was hot, man, and when my hand starts shaking, I'm ready to snap. So I had to leave. So I had to roll out the crib. Now, I didn't know the whole time she was doing this. Her sister knew everything and didn't tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went looking for him. So when I got in touch with his wife, she called her brothers up because she was upset, and they came up the crib looking for him. Couldn't find him. I was looking for him. I couldn't find him. So it was rough because I already knew I had went and filed for divorce immediately.
Of course.
Man, that next day, I took whatever I had in my account, went to the courthouse and filed for divorce. And she tried to take my kids from me and everything, but it gets worse because that's how I got the assault charges on me, because when I did catch up to him, I almost beat him to death.
So you did catch him one day?
Yeah, I caught him because she put him out the crib, and he lived in a little apartment right behind the gas station, and I was at the gas station getting some gas.
Of course. What did he expect? He expected to be in a relationship with her now after she just cheated on you with him? That's stupid as hell, bro.
So I ran up on his crib, and when he opened the door, I even gave him a chance to open up. I ran in there, and I just started going off on him. But here's the thing: he didn't even learn the lesson, because after all that happened, because at the time I was living in Smyrna, Delaware, which in the suburb. I was at Acme Supermarket, and one of my friends called. He said, "Yo, you gotta look on Facebook." And I'm looking on Facebook. He's on Facebook bragging about it, throwing it in my face.
Wow. Oh yeah, he got to get his ass whooped.
So look, it conveniently, I'm coming out there. I'm pacing out there, putting my bags in the car, and then I sees him out there because he worked on his house. He was working on his house like near where I used to live, where I lived at. I seen him. I didn't even say nothing. I went out there and I just went off on him.
Somebody called on him.
So the police came, they locked me up, they took me in and stuff like that. And then it was a white cop and a black cop. So the white cop was asking me, what happened, and I told him what happened. This is funny because the police stopped the car in the middle of taking me to the precinct, and he was like, "I have a half a mind to take you back there to finish the job." but he said, "I can't. I gotta take you in." So he took me in, and what happened was the judge sentenced me to go to anger management, and I got charged with assault in the 3rd degree.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had to go to these classes and stuff, and everything calmed down for a while, and then he started running his mouth again.
Okay.
So at this time, I already gave him a warning. But see, the only thing that stopped me is because when I was about to go over there, my mom called me.
Okay.
And she your mom's knows you. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I was telling her. Now my voice is like, when you get hot, you get angry. Your voice, you get real stuttery. I mean, and that's why I like arguing. I'm not confrontation. I can't argue because I start stuttering. Then I feel embarrassed. The next thing you know, I want to rumble because then I'm embarrassed. You know what I mean? So I know. So then I was heading over there.
That's a sad situation, man. I mean, why didn't he just fight you as a man? Like he did some foul shit to you. You his cousin. Y'all should have been able to just fight, and you shouldn't have. But I mean, if I was you, I would have took the assault charge, whatever, because it's like you did this to my wife and you my cousin. But you ever heard of crime of passion, man? Like if you catch your wife in the middle
Oh
of
yeah,
it,
oh yeah.
they
I'm gonna
might
tell.
give you some time off or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. My homie James living in West Philly. He was
Mhm.
married for 16 years, and me and him was talking on the phone. This is before all this happened, and he was telling me. He said, "Yo, man, I think something going on. I think my wife cheating." And I said, "Nah, man, she ain't doing it." But one day, this dude got off for work early, man, caught his wife in an act. He was
Oh,
so
man.
he was so he was so angry. He just got numb, and he's like, I couldn't do. You know how people say what they're gonna do until it happened.
Right.
He just
You don't
got
know.
numb.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
yeah he know what to do. He just stood there and just watched. He couldn't do nothing. So he said he got in the car and he left and then come
Nah, I'm
back for like
catching
a
a
few days.
charge.
Yeah, so
I'm
he's
catching
not
a charge.
he's not like a he's not a street. He's like a more like a corporate person. You know, he don't have
Yeah.
that. So he didn't know what to do.
Nah, he's right for doing that
Yeah,
though, you know. But
but
me, I just know if
she
it's somebody like my cousin or my friend, like if it's a random dude that I don't know, I'll probably just get mad and walk away. You feel me? But if
yeah
it's
yeah.
like a person that I know, my family member, a best friend, or a friend that's around, oh yeah, I'm catching a charge. I'm
It
catching.
also depends too. Like if say if I was there, I mean say if I she cheating and I catch her, you know, no if the dude didn't know, I might give him like 30 seconds to get out of my house. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
if you knew I was married and you
Mhm.
blatantly did this, neither one of y'all making it out the house.
Right, right. And it also depends on who house it is. Like if
Yeah,
it's my
yeah.
house, y'all both got to get out type shit.
Like right now, me at 51, man, if my wife now do that, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna bounce. I'm gonna roll.
Right, right.
You
Yeah.
can have her. I'm gone.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on a different mindset
Yeah.
now too,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm
You right.
gone, man. Back then I was, I was, young and all that, and I had so many connections in Philly, man. I could have got both of them, but I was thinking about my kids and stuff.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
As you
but
should, man.
so I was like, but I really wanted him.
Of course, of course.
I really want. I think if the police didn't come at the time, I think I'd have got a homicide charge because I ain't stopped beating on him. I broke his jaw, damaged his eye retina, his ribs was broke. I mean, I tore his behind up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah, I salute you for that, man. But so after this situation, man, did it mess up your trust with people?
yeah,
Were people
yep.
harder to trust after this?
Yeah, it was hard for me to trust women, man, and it messed me up that way. I lost my house, and it led me to homelessness for a year and a half.
So you went through some other shit
Yep.
besides this just because she cheated on you, man.
Yeah, because I lost that because that house we had in Smyrna, I got that for as a brand new crib. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I lost it because I couldn't afford to pay that. Joint was like 1,800 a month. I couldn't pay
Yeah.
that by myself, so I had to file bankruptcy. Because they put a judgment, I had to file bankruptcy because I couldn't afford it, and I
Mhm.
lost the crib. And everybody who had thought of my friends or family, they all turned me back. So I wound up living out my car,
Mhm.
for like a year and a half.
So did you ever get married again after this?
It took me a year because
Okay.
I started after I got because I was in Wawa one day and I ran into this OG and we just started talking and he was I told him a little bit of situation and I was like, man, I don't trust women no more. He was like, listen, man, just because that woman did that you knew no means every woman is like that. So I kind of
Right.
thought about that. So
That's true.
I started going on Plenty of Fish, started casual dating. It just and then if a woman got too close, I would kind of back away because I didn't like nah, I didn't want to go through that again.
Okay.
So one day I remember I was working at Home Depot and I met somebody on there. She's from North Carolina, and then I think I moved too fast with this one, but we started talking, man, and like 8 9 months later, man, I got transferred to North Carolina, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, man, and I moved up there and we got married. That marriage only lasted 8 months. And she was
Mm.
throwing off. It was She didn't cheat or nothing like that I know of, but she was really crazy, man. I'll tell you about that later. But it was some. I never. there was like a lot of weird stuff going up there. I'm talking about a lot of demonic stuff that she was into that I didn't know.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean
That's wild.
stuff that make you run out the crib, man. So
Hmm.
I had to get up out of there, man. So that yeah, so that particular thing that only lasts like 8 months, and I came back to Delaware,
Okay, okay.
and when I came back to Delaware, I had to live out of Red Roof Inn for like a year and some change until I got
Yeah,
myself back on my feet. Yeah,
yeah, that gotta be tough living out them motels, man. Them
man, let me
shit
tell you,
crazy.
man, them things it stink in there. The bed's nasty, so I couldn't wait to get up out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so just a few more questions, Doug. How long did it take you to fully heal from this situation and to realize, like, you know what, it wasn't my fault. I'm just, I'm just living life.
It actually took me like a year because when you go through stuff like that and you sit there and let it linger,
Hmm.
man, you won't heal. So I started doing stuff. I started getting more involved in my church. I started hanging around good brothers, and I just
Right.
started doing stuff, man, and then it helped me get over it, But I mean, once in a while it does affect you in a way because you start thinking about it, and because you start thinking about the good times you had, and then how it all this stuff happened when she started hanging around females that had broken relationships and was really negative, and they
Hmm.
kind of push her. Now it's no excuse, but they push her to that thing. So I kind of think it was my fault for I should have never moved to Delaware because we was in Philly, we was good. Everything went downhill once we moved to Delaware.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
So
so like year and some change. I was not fully over it, but I was in a mindset where I could say, all right, I could start dating again, and and all
where
that
you could
stuff.
survive, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, so did you end up regretting this whole marriage situation, or do you feel like marriage helped you out as a person in the long run?
But I say both. I regret it because all the pain that came with it behind it, all this. And then on the good side, it kind of made me mature as a man. And then you just seen the beautiful side of having a good woman. Like I said, marriage is not God ordained marriage to last forever.
Mhm.
We mess marriage up, man, kind of way, how we treat our women and stuff. But I don't marry through divorce, bro. I stick in there, even if it's hard, because marriage you argue, fight, and you know. But I stick in there. I married to divorce, but I'm not sticking in there if you're a cheater. But as far as
Right,
regrets, I regret the pain that came behind it.
right.
Yeah, all the homelessness and credit getting bad. Because not only that, man,
Hmm.
when she dipped, she went to rent a center and rented a whole bunch of stuff in my name, and the police came after me for that.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
they
she.
was hunting me down. Yeah,
Hmm.
yep,
Well, in the in this situation, in situations like this, man, I just don't understand why somebody that's in your family or somebody that's close to you um gotta want what you got. In the Bible it say like thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. You see what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly.
So this type of thing I don't respect a man for. Like
Yeah,
when men say stuff like, "Oh, I fucked your girl, bro," or "I fucked your wife," I don't look at them like that's a badge of honor or they cool for that. I think that's a snake behavior. I think that's a foul trait to have. You see what I'm saying? Because
hmm,
a lot of people might let you in their house for dinner, or you might be in a bad situation where you need somewhere to sleep on the couch, and the first thing you thinking about is how you could f this man's woman. You see what I'm
yep.
saying? After he done let you in the privacy of his home. You see what I'm saying? So
And that's
um
why today, man, it's like even if me and you became really close, and I came up to your crib, and you're not there, I'm not coming to your house if you're not there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah,
and that's how.
I don't want nobody at my house when I'm not there.
No, I wouldn't even come, man. I wait outside. Man, my friend Oscar, man, me and him knew each other since we was little, and I know his family and everything. I wouldn't even go in his crib if he ain't there. She was like, "Come on in, Aaron. Come on in." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." I wait for Oscar to come home. I wait in the
Right.
car, or I'll just come back. I mean, just out of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't go in nobody's crib. Like even my homie up here, Marvin, man, he if I'm not he sometimes he be dropping himself off at the crib. He won't even drop. If I'm not there, he ain't coming over.
Yeah, that's how I am,
Yeah,
man. I don't like talking to my homies, girls. I don't like being around their mothers and this and that. You see what I'm saying? Shout out Issa Wobbler, man. I had a homie, he's a snake or whatever. I used to show pictures of him, of me in college or whatever. He did a lot of snake shit. But one of
hmm
the snake things that I'm gonna talk about is he effed he effed one of his homies' aunt, right?
Oh man,
Now, this lady used to let them stay at her house, this, that, and the
mhm,
third. Mind you, they was like 19 and this lady was like 40 something. And
right.
he fucked this man, aunt. And I told him he was foul for that. You know what I'm saying? But he used to brag about it all the time. He used to make jokes to my mans about it. And I cut him off, bro. Like he did a lot of shit to me as well when it came to females, but I don't take it to heart when it's like that's not my girl. So you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, right,
if you'll do some snake shit to like a little, you know, if you'll
right.
do some snake shit to a little bop, imagine what you would do to my girl, my sister. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why I don't let men in that space. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you just
especially if you
walk
got
into
look.
my house,
Yes.
it's gonna be a
Yep.
problem.
Especially you got little girls and stuff, man. Like daughters and stuff. I can't. You know, what I mean, I'm very protective over my kids and stuff. So
Mhm.
I mean, and that's why I
So
say like I'm really like a humble, private dude, man. I like peace, man. I'm not.
for sure.
Yeah, especially all the stuff I went through growing up in Philly, man. I just like peace, man. I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I mean that happened, in
Mhm.
the streets. That's why I move out there, move in the subs, man, because it's
Yeah,
it's it's
you kind
crazy.
of like a BG Dino in this space. Y'all
Right.
in this space, but y'all don't really get into the drama, and I salute
Nah,
you for that, dog.
nah, I
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
I don't. Because it's
Um,
not, to me, it's especially on the internet, man. Because
right.
people can pop it off. Like how we roll in Philly, we don't do all that back and forth stuff. Either we gonna meet up, man, or just shut up. And
Yeah.
I don't never like exploit like my plan and stuff like that. Like say I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm just going to pop up on you,
Yeah. I'm
and,
never
and, that,
going.
and that's it.
Mm.
And when you see me coming, because my mind is already made up. I'm just coming to well on you. I ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna go back and forth. We're just gonna start swinging.
Yeah. Silent but deadly. I
Yeah,
respect
that's
that,
it.
man.
That's how we roll growing up, man. It was no talking, man. We getting it in, and we used to always slap box on the street, box each other, rumble. We kept each other sharp, and we be beating each other up, getting black eyes and nose bleeding. I mean, but we was all doing it to keep each other sharp. We was all cool, sitting on the
Mhm.
porch, legs hurting, hickeys on our head. I mean, we was getting it in like that. So fighting ain't no thing to me, because I that was therapeutic for me.
Yeah,
But
so what's y'all situation now? Y'all don't have no kids together, so you don't talk to her, and your cousin, you just never spoke to him again in life.
no, he it got worse for him, because when his wife confronted him, that he wound up beating her up. Now this
Oh
dude is like
man.
6'2", 310 pounds, man, and his wife was like 5'5", like 120,
Hmm.
and he beat her up. And matter of fact, it was on the news. He beat her up, and he got locked up for it, but he got out. So he last I heard, he moved to Texas, and
Okay,
then
okay.
she took my two girls, and she moved to Baltimore, and then I went to the court and tried to get custody of her, and she done changed her last name, and she went ghost on me. So right now I'm working out. I'm trying to find out where they at, man. I don't know where the heck they at. So she just bounced, and she left because she had all her family hunting her down for what she did, man. Because they wanted her. She went and hiding.
Yeah, that was some sick shit, man.
Yeah,
That was some sick shit. You know, I would never even look at my cousin's wife or nothing, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? I don't even like being in the lone spaces with other people's women, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I don't want to talk to them personally on the phone. That's just how I am. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody to do that to me. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. And
It would make me feel uncomfortable.
And that's just the PG-13 version. There's a lot of stuff that happened, man. I want to tell it on your channel, man, because it's some stuff. I'm telling you, it really. If I didn't do what I did, I'd probably be mentally messed up.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because I've never been treated like that ever in my life. Never.
Nah, I think you handled it the right way. I mean, what are some things that you learned from this situation though? Because you had to learn something, man.
Oh man, I learned. When now with my wife now, I pay attention to everything, and like far as like, I try to make sure I communicate more, spend time. I try my best to make sure that she's financially secure. You know what I mean? The best way I can, and then I pay attention to everything, and I don't trust. Now this is me. The chat probably feel different. I don't trust any female that say they have a man best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust that.
Right.
I don't trust them because all the female friends I had when I got married, they all gone. Unless I have kids by them, I don't have no reason to communicate with them no more. But if you got a man, and reason case of being is because she had a man's best friend, and he kept texting her, and then like after certain hours of the night, like why he texting you 1 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
I mean that I had a problem with that, so I had to nip that in the bud really quick. You know what I mean? She stopped doing it, and then and one time this is like a few weeks ago, he texted, and I grabbed the phone, man, and called him back, and told him if he texts her again, it's going to be a problem.
Oh hell yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
I never heard from him again.
Yeah, see, my thing is, bro, no man could live with me. Period. You see what I'm saying?
No.
That's out. I had to learn that. I separate my girl from my niggas. So if I end up seeing y'all together, I know it's not no coincidence. Cause you see what I'm saying? So cause I keep y'all already separated. You feel me? But that's something I had to learn over time through situations like this. You feel me? Like I didn't necessarily I just need one wood. A banana.
And plus I just pay attention to all the signs.
Banana. Yeah. You said what, dog?
I pay attention to all the signs. You know what I mean? I pay attention. But then it's like why you think it's so like why get married if you gonna have like really bad trust issues and you gotta live like if I go to work, what is she doing? Who's she on the phone with? And you acting. I had a friend like that, man. He used to always leave work early just to see if he can catch his girl cheating and all that. He's real paranoid, and it's costing his relationship. You know what I mean? Because he was paranoid. Like he'd see her, and it could be her brother over there or her uncle, and he accused her of cheating. He was going too much. I'm not doing all that. That's too much energy.
Yeah, and I mean, because I'm really trying to, give some advice to some men or some young ladies out there that's like just thirsty to be in a relationship or thirsty to have a companion. And in reality, you should be working on yourself, and then eventually the right person is going to come through. You see what I'm saying? You're going to meet the right person at the right time. I learned that if you go out just thirsty looking for women, you're going to come across women, but they're not going to be the ones that you necessarily want, or you're going to go through a lot of dumb shit because you're looking for love in the wrong places. If that makes
Exactly.
sense, you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Cause I didn't even get a chance, like, but I guess later on to tell you about the stuff in North Carolina, man. Like, cause it was really bad up it was really bad up there. So none to say, like, when you allow yourself to tap in your emotions too much, you find yourself doing a whole lot of stuff. Like, I think we talked before, because I got so depressed, and now I know why people commit suicide. You know, because I never understood that. And it's like, if you allow your emotions to get the best of you, tap into your emotions, man, and you just want to just take yourself out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I attempted that one time, and I had you know, I did some stuff, and it didn't work out. So that's why I know it was God's plan for me to still be here. And but I mean,
Yeah, God is good. God is good.
my mentor, man, he really jumped on me for that when I told him that. I mean, he really dug into me, man. And this dude is old,
Hmm.
and I call him my uncle because I grew up with him. He used to own a supermarket, but he was also in a I don't know what I could say on him, but he was in the organized family. You know what that means? Yeah. So he was like a
Hmm.
made man in that. So he mentored me and stuff, but he got on me when he found out, you know, all that stuff happened. So me and him got real close, man. So anything I got into or anything I need, you know, he would always help me out as far as like finding stuff and, you know, all that stuff like that. Help me find people if I need to find somebody. So I had
Yeah,
him,
nah,
you know,
listen.
but he moved out. I think he moved back to
Wobble,
Italy or
what you
something like
mean?
that.
Well, he said, what part? I'm from Greensboro.
What part of North Carolina?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Rocky Mount, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
Wobble, my family from North Carolina, but is it Gaston? Is it Gaston, or have you ever heard of that, bro?
No, I heard of
Like that.
Greensville, uh, Raleigh,
Green.
Wake Forest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, those
Okay.
are. Yeah, I
Nah,
never. Yeah,
it's real close to Charlotte because that's where we went to the clubs and whatever. And
yeah.
man, on this topic, on this last question, what
Kind of
advice can you give for the say what?
kind of breaking up like like a robot. What, you there, June?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, yeah,
I was basically saying like it's crazy how you can't judge a book by its cover. You can meet this beautiful woman who
hmm
came from a Christian background or a Muslim background or a Jewish background, and she's supposed to be this wholesome girl and this, that, and the third, and then she turn around and cheat on you. You see what I'm saying? And
yeah,
vice versa. There's some women out there that meet this guy. He claimed he'd never do this to her. He claimed all of this stuff, and they get to the finish line, and he turned around and cheat on her. You see what I'm saying? And these situations are sad, but I feel like everybody should go through it because it teach you to love yourself more than anything else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It all comes back on you. You feel what I'm saying? Uh, One of the worst situations in my life I always talk about is when like me and my baby moms, my first baby moms, when we had broke up. And it wasn't just the breakup. It was the fact that I was homeless. I didn't have custody of my son. It was like one of the worst periods of my life, I felt. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But
Yep,
now,
yep.
as I look back at it, it was one of the best periods of my life because it made me stronger.
Right,
That's when I realized, look, bro, I don't need nobody. I just need me and my hard work. You see what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And
Yep,
it teach you a different mindset to not let females dictate your life. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
And males, vice versa. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. And
So
it definitely strengthened me up and made me more wiser and more, and it also helped me to learn,
mhm.
um, pay attention to, like I know, um, the one thing that I when I learned is when I pay attention to these signs, it's like, um,
Mhm.
when a woman, when they change up their routine suddenly, and we talked about that earlier. Another
Yep.
thing too is, when they get easily defensive,
Yep.
what I mean, they ask like simple questions, and they snap. You ask them a simple question, they
They
snap.
start shit with you for nothing.
Yeah. Or another thing too, she started when they start dressing up, but not for you.
Mm.
I mean, they start doing that, or they get emotionally and physically distance. I
Hmm.
mean? Conversation dry up. I mean? No love, no I love you like before. You notice that? Or
Hmm.
they cut you off, or the love doesn't just the love dies. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
fades
Right.
away, and they get real sensitive,
Hmm.
uh when you with you. They get real sensitive with you. Like everything you say is a problem. It could be
Hmm.
stuff like, you know, like Kool-Aid, or who ate the last piece of cookie, or something like that. Could get defensive.
Just to start an argument
Yeah,
with
or and then you'll feel it in your spirit, or the
you.
um the guilt shows up in weird ways.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then you got one thing I always do, if I feel, and I did this when I
Okay.
start feeling like something was wrong. And I remember like yesterday, I went in my room, and it was dark and it was quiet, and
Okay.
I asked God, if there's anything going on in this marriage that I need to know, please reveal it. And boy, did he reveal it. It came. I mean, he pulled the skirt off, and
Mm.
everything came out, man. And then
Yeah. God
so
is good. God is
I
good.
I prayed that same thing when I was in North Carolina.
Right.
Everything
Right.
got exposed. So
Hmm.
and some things happen here, but I'll tell you about that off the camera, though. I won't put that out here yet, but some
Yeah.
things
Yeah. For
happen
sure.
here.
For
So
sure.
yeah, so like when I feel like something, because I have really good discernment, I can read people well, because I did
Hmm.
take law enforcement training. So they
Okay.
they taught us how to. I know how to read a person. I could tell they're lying. I could
Hmm.
tell if I know how to do that. And plus, I do security, so
Yeah.
body language.
Okay.
Certain
Okay.
the way a certain look person eyes move, or how they something. You can tell all that stuff.
Right.
And that's why when I talk to people, I listen to them.
Right.
I
That.
listen and I listen to them.
Hmm.
But back then I was young, stupid, didn't pay attention, and
Right.
I didn't do it. But not today. I ain't going through that no more.
All right. It's a young nigga. It's a young nigga somewhere with a switch instead of a 4-5, and he not married, but he just caught his girl cheating. What advice can you give him? He got a switch on him. He don't got the 4-5 you had. He a
Uh-huh.
young nigga. He not married to her. She a dot dot. He caught her cheating. What should you tell him to do, Doug?
I would tell them to walk away. It ain't worth it, man.
It
Because
ain't
the
worth
the
it.
con- the consequences behind that, like you go in there, you spray both of them. Now you got double homicide. You're going to jail the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So I
Your
mean, if you
life
get
is
a
over.
yeah, that's like excessive right there. So
And
I
God
would
forbid you just killed a dude. Now you going to jail and she get to stay on the street. And guess what she gonna be doing?
go and be with somebody else.
Taking some more
Yeah.
pipe now.
Yep.
You feel
So
me?
that's why I would try to tell him. As a matter of fact, I think I think Dante did like a call in one time was talking about that, and I was saying
Okay.
that my brother had walked in because I got two brothers. My brother walked in on his fiance.
Damn.
Walked in on. He called me crying and angry, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Yo,"
I
I said,
pray I never walk in. I
yeah,
pray I
he was
just see messages and shit. I don't
no
want to
he
walk in, bro.
no June. He walked in, and they was in the act. She was riding him.
Yeah,
He
that would
walked
hurt.
in,
You
and
could
he
never unsee that. You could never
no,
unsee it.
oh, no, it's gonna be in your mind. So he
Yeah.
called me crying. I was at work. He called me crying and he said, "I need to talk to you now." I know. He said, "I'm about to go over there. I'm kill both of them." And I talked to him for 2 hours on the phone,
He didn't
calming
do
him
it right.
down. Nah, he didn't do it.
That's what's
He
up,
you
bro.
know I paid for him to go stay at a hotel for a
Hmm.
few days, and I kept calling him like every hour, checking on him, make sure he was there. So and he's fine now. He went and got his stuff and he moved to Georgia.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he moved to Georgia, man. Broke it off, moved to Georgia, man. I said, dude, because he had priors too.
Right.
So if he'd have did that, he'd been gone. But to go in there, and I'm not saying this don't happen to females too. Some females come in and catch their dudes doing this, but it hurts to go in there and see the woman that you think that you love and cared about and all that stuff, and you see her in there, and then it's
Hmm.
just like it hurts, man. And then you get emotionally, and then you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know what your mindset gonna do.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
some
I feel
people
you.
years ago, real quick to tell you, it was the you could probably go find it on Google or the news. It was this guy we used to all go to church together. He was a military dude too, and
Okay.
he was warned not to mess with this girl because she had a crazy boyfriend. So he went in there. He started sleeping with her, and the guy hid in the closet the whole time. He
What?
came. He broke in the window. Cause
Hmm.
matter of fact, um, one of our friends had to go to do got selected to be on a jury in this case, and everything came out. He hid. He broke in the crib. He
Hmm.
came through the window and he hid in a closet and watched them have sex and everything. So he came out the
Oh,
closet with a knife. He stabbed her 17 times, caught him at the front of the house, at the vestibule in the house, stabbed him 40 times in his back. I
yeah,
mean,
he got
yeah,
premeditated.
yeah. So he got both of them. And he got caught. They both
Oh,
had no clothes on. You know what I mean? So he got both of them. So it's just like when you see that, man, it's like, I mean,
yeah.
he had a little mental problem, but he was very obsessed with her.
Hmm.
And he didn't want her to be with nobody. He told her, "You be with somebody, I'm going to do this and that." And he wasn't lying. He got both of them. He killed both of them.
Man, I live by this rule now, man. No female belongs to me, gang. They don't
Mhm.
belong to nobody. That's their body. They gonna end up doing whatever they feel they want to do with their body. You can't stop them, gang. I know it hurts, but at the same time, you need to just learn to let that female go. Crashing out is never worth it, bro. In no situation, no matter if that was your baby mom's, no matter what, bro. Because the crash out is just leading to the graveyard, man.
And you know what, man? I rather for you to tell me that that this ain't working out, and I think I might want to step out. You might get mad, but I'd rather for you to tell me straight up instead of me catching you.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah. That's how I see it too. That's how I
yeah,
see it
just
too.
let me know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
just let me know and we could break up. You could go do you and I'll move on with my life. It
Because I'm
might
telling.
hurt for a little bit, but
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt for. It's gonna sting a
yeah,
little bit.
I
Just
could
like
get
now,
over it.
if my wife tell me now she want to do that, so we
Mhm.
can break up, and I'm going straight down south, man. Ain't no, I really don't like being up here in Jersey. Tell you the truth, It's too expensive. You know what I mean? Even though I live in a really good neighborhood, but I'm going right down south, man. I ain't coming back.
Nah, I respect that, bro. It's definitely
Yeah.
too expensive out this bitch.
Yeah, expensive as hell, man. Taxes is high, and you know what I mean, you gotta have 2 or 3 jobs to make it, man. I mean, like the mortgage on my crib is that joint is off the hook. But you know, I'm a type of dude. I was, you know, I had good mentors, man. I don't when I'm married and I'm with you, man, I'll do whatever I gotta do to make sure my house is cool, the kids, the bills are paid. If I gotta wear holy sneaks, man, y'all gonna be good.
Do you believe that it could be redemption for cheating? Like, can a female who cheated on you before never cheat on you again after you catch it? Or
I,
you think,
I can't trust her no more. I can't do it, bro. Because you know, men are visual, man. That stuff would be in my head, especially if I catch you in the act. Oh
mm-hmm,
no, man, I can't, man. I can't do it. I gotta go.
that's it with me too, man.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I
I'm
can't.
done after that.
I'm done.
But yeah, Doug. I just want to thank you for coming through. This was an awesome story, man. You taught a lot of people, you know, how to stay out of these situations, what could happen if you get in these situations. But I just want to open up the panel if some people want to come up, because I ain't gonna stay on too much longer. If people don't come up, it's all right. I'll just kick it with Doug for a little bit longer. But I just wanted you to know, Doug, I definitely appreciate you. And yeah, we don't got to stay on this topic much longer if you don't want to. But I'm just opening
No,
up the panel real quick.
yeah, I hang out for a little bit because I ain't gonna stay long. League, I gotta get up at 5 in the morning and go to work. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hang out for a little bit.
Nah, I appreciate you, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
no, I appreciate you letting me on and do this, man. Appreciate the
Yeah,
chat, Miss T, Blue Blood, all y'all. Appreciate y'all, man.
yeah.
It,
Appreciate y'all in the chat. Shout out, it's a wobbler, man. It's a
yeah, it's a
wobbler. If you
wobbler,
want,
man.
you welcome to hit the link. Doug, cool with you. Uh, yeah, just no drama. The drama. We don't want that right now. We're not doing that
Nah,
right now.
nah.
So yeah, man. Crazy situations, bro. I've been cheated on, you know. I cheated. But
Yeah, it didn't start making you. Then you start making the thinking like, is it me or what? Do why I keep getting cheated on? You start thinking it's inadequate. You ain't no good. You start having those things in your mind.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
it definitely make you feel insecure. Like, is it me? What did I do, man? You
yeah,
see what I'm saying? Like, you start asking yourself all of these questions. But I also been in predicaments where, like, I'm thinking a female cheating, but she really not. You see what I'm saying? And
exactly. That's why I'm talking about that assuming, because you've been cheated on, and then it's like you jump to conclusions too fast. You know what I mean? And then that can piss a woman off and make her leave you. Like, man, I'm
yeah,
not her. I'm not this. You know. And I hate to be compared to. That's the one thing that when I first got married, now she kept comparing me to her ex. Man, that pisses me off. Like I'm
right.
me. Now, I'm
Yeah,
not him. You know what I'm saying? So
we two
I'm
different
not.
people.
Yeah, I hate to be compared to. I don't like that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you know.
Miss T said that was a great interview, Doug.
Come on.
Blue Blood says it takes a lot to talk about this type of stuff, and being how painful the memory, bringing these painful memories back up. It takes a
Yeah,
lot to talk about this stuff and bring painful memories back up.
yeah, it is, man. Thanks, Blue Blood. Thanks, Miss T.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
it definitely
Uh,
takes a lot, and that's why I always say, like, YouTube is a stress reliever, bro. Like,
yeah, it
it
is.
it do give you some type of therapy or clarification on stuff. You get to talk to people from different walks of life,
Yep.
different places. You get what I'm saying? So to hear your perspective on it, because you know, a lot of times in life, you know what I used to feel like? I used to feel alone, like I'm the only person going through this and I'm the only person going through that. And then when
Mhm.
you start to get on the internet and you hear other people's stories, you like, damn, he went through that shit, but 10 times worse. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, it opened your eyes
Exactly.
up.
Exactly, man. Yeah, so that's yep, I agree 100%. Because there's always somebody out there that got a story worse than yours. You know, it's always somebody that been through it, been through stuff worse,
Mhm.
man. Because like I'll tell you, I got stories that you know what I mean, the stuff at my house on 57th Street, the stuff that went on in there, man,
Yeah.
it's gonna make your mouth drop, bro. Stuff that went on that house. That's why I had to get out of Philly, man. It was too much, man. I seen too much stuff over there. You know,
Yeah.
Philly. I'm telling you, Philly is worse now, but back then,
Hmm.
man, let me tell you, man. When I don't know if you had heard of JBM. You heard of JBM?
Nah, but my roommate, shout out to Reek, man. My roommate in college was from Philly. So that's how I first met like real Philly niggas. But
Yeah.
I had my godfather used to live in Philly. So I used to go to his house as a kid, but I really experienced Philly more so in college as an adult. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And Philly people got a lot of pride. They just like New Jersey people, New York
Yeah.
people, Alabama people. You feel me? They
When
love Philly. You know what I'm
when
saying?
when you get a chance, look up JBM, Junior Black Mafia. The head of
Junior
the
Black.
dude was named Aaron Jones. I used to be cool with him. He got executed though, but he was the
Mm,
head of that. And when the Junior Black Mafia was around, man, they was like that's where the remember I don't know if you seen that movie with Benny Siegel was the I forgot the name of that movie that they used that model be down or lay down or something like that. That's the I forgot the name of that movie that they was in.
state property.
State Property. Yeah, that was based off the JBM movement. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
okay.
Because if they approach you and say you make a money, they want you to get down with them or they're gonna lay you down. That was their model. And then when Aaron Jones got popped, the whole organization went down. But I used to be cool with them. But those dudes, they would go execute whole families, man. They didn't their dudes didn't play, but they all died out, man. They all got locked up. Some got died. You know what I mean? But when Aaron Jones got popped, he got executed, so they all died out. But that's the era I was around over there. So I seen all that stuff, man, and I had to get up out of there, man. I mean, it was times like I had to fight every day to protect my mom. Every day I was out there scrapping. Every day.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got tired of living like that, man. It was just like you couldn't sleep, had no peace.
Yeah,
I mean,
Philly
so
wild. Philly
as
wild, man.
I thought I was gonna never
Wild
get out
place.
of there, man. So the opportunity I had to get up out of there, I moved to Delaware quick. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so, yep.
But it's a lot of it's I guess that's from the outside point looking in. But I see a lot of opportunity in Philly. Like it's a lot of boxing gyms. It's a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of like
Oh yeah.
it's a lot of colleges. It's a lot of damn, I had one more businesses. It's a lot of
Oh yeah.
business. It's a lot of colleges. Like it's opportunity in Philly though, if you think about it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Philly has a lot of history. Like three of the boxing gyms I went to, Joe Frazier's boxing gym. I went to
Mhm.
it was at Haddington boxing gym. I went there. Um
Mm.
in Executioners, the Bernard Hopkins had a
You know,
gym on
Hopkins.
Vine Street. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
training there too. So I went to those. They closed down. Hollywood and Vine Street, Executioners. Yup, he had a gym. Matter of fact, I met Bernard Hopkins because he used to come. His mom used to live on a block I used to hustle on, and he used to
Okay,
come through there
okay.
all the time. And I met him, shook his hand, all that. He came into the gym. So yeah,
Yeah,
gym. Philly got a lot of boxers come out of Philly.
yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out to Marius Jackson, man. I see you in the chat, Marius. I
yeah,
appreciate you. I
yeah. So
appreciate you. Yeah,
yeah,
I know how other people look at different places, but I don't look at it like that. Like you see what I'm saying? Like
hmm
I look at it like it's people that would defend their life anywhere on this earth, bro. If you
oh
run
yeah,
up on the wrong person, you liable to get got. You see
oh
what I'm
heck yeah,
saying?
for sure,
So I
for
I
sure,
respect Philly for sure, man. I
for
got a
sure,
lot of
man.
respect. and Philly is like an hour away from me, so I've been there a million times. You feel me?
Yeah, it takes me
Million
15,
times.
20, 25 minutes to get to Philly right now. Right over the bridge. I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Right
Yeah,
there, man.
yeah. My peoples live in South Jersey too, but they
Oh,
talk just like they from Philly, but they are from Philly in actuality.
it was
Yeah,
funny
but
because when I first came to Jersey, man, I was about to move to Patterson, New Jersey.
okay, yeah. That's close to my college. Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to move to Patterson, but I went to I stayed in the South. I'm not too far from Cherry Hill. Like all the areas I'm at, it's really nice. It's quiet over here. Like
yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
I'm a
Patterson kinda wild though. It's
yeah,
kind
I
of like
know, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know
It's
Pat
city life. Yeah, Patterson wild. Patterson wild.
because they
If
got
you
Patterson, Irvington, um,
yeah, Irvington got some
Newark.
good places to live though.
Yeah, those are the
There's some
because
good
my
spots in Irvington. There's some good places to live in Irvington, East Orange. There's some good blocks over there. But North, if
East
you're gonna move
East
to
Orange
North,
is
you gotta go to like Ironbound section only. But that's the thing though, like in the Ironbound section is two main projects right there. So it's
oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, you still in the hood. Like no matter where you go in North, it's some projects over there full of niggas.
Oh man, so
North, South, East, West,
okay.
Central Ward, everywhere. Like, you see what I'm saying? Even where all the Spanish people at, if you
Hmm.
keep walking down more, you're gonna walk into the projects and not even know it. You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, yeah, I got you. So
Like
East Orange, that's near that's close to New York.
East Orange,
Yeah,
is it close to New York?
yeah. I know Towns River is. I think.
Nah. East Orange is like basically north. It's like
Oh,
20
okay.
minutes. It's like a 15-minute drive. Once if you go to Central Ave and go straight up, you're gonna
Hmm.
be in East Orange. One
Oh,
street
okay.
is Newark, the other street is East Orange. That's the same shit with Newark and Irvington, Newark and Jersey City. Like you go on one side of the street is Newark, the other side of the street is Jersey City. You go on
Oh,
one
okay.
side of the street is Newark, the other side of the street is Irvington. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So those
But
all the neighboring cities are Newark type shit.
because I've been to Towns River, that's like near New York, ain't it?
No, that's in South Jersey, Tom's River.
Towns
That's
River.
where my other family from.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
they
is.
from.
Oh, okay. Now I
Mm-hmm.
know I seen New York, well, because my oldest daughter goes to college up there in Mount Clair. So and I drove to Mount Clair, I could see New York because you got to
Yeah,
go through. Yeah, okay, all right. I thought, man, I don't know why I thought Towns River was in North Jersey.
yeah. Nah, Tom's River. I've been there a few times, but it's more like a beach town. That's what it
Oh,
is.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the right name for it. Like
Because
it's on the
it took me almost an hour to get to Towns River though.
from Newark. Yeah,
From South Jersey from well, where I drove. You know what? I drove the Towns River from Delaware. It took me an hour and a half. That's why. Okay, all right.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's why it took so long. All right. All right, I get it now. All right. All
yeah.
right.
Nah, man, I'm definitely trying to take me a trip to Philly, man. Get me some cheese steaks. You feel me? But I gotta find the right stores, man. You gotta tell me the real stores, but you
Oh, I'll
know,
tell you some good cheesesteak spots, bro.
yeah, but it can't
Yeah.
be them Genos and all that. Shout out
Oh
to
no, no,
Genos. Shout out to
no.
Genos, but I'm talking about the real spots with the real, you know what I'm saying?
Gems, bro. You gotta go to that Gems, but it's always crowded. But they cheesesteaks are because I went to IKEA, went to get some stuff, and we went around the Gems and got a cheesesteak, and that's at South Philly. Oh man, the cheesesteaks are so good, bro. They
Mhm.
get that, and they use real meat. They don't use that frozen steakums that they be using.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. That's what I'm talking
yeah.
about. But the place that I always go to with my mom's is like a little corner store, like you see what I'm saying? It's like a
Now
little corner store. You go in there, they should be like, they had a foot long ones. You could get like the 2 foot ones. You could put anything on there. You could get chicken cheese steak or a regular cheese steak.
Now, if you come over here, if you came over here in South Jersey, they got Yellow Submarine. They make their cheesesteak as almost close as it tastes like in Philly. I mean that bread. I mean the meat is so thick, man. It be falling all off the bread and stuff. Man, that thing is good, man. That's why I be going to get my cheesesteaks. So,
you know I'm trying to stream, so that's really why I'm trying to go to Philly.
Oh, go to Philly. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stream. That'd probably be good though to like go to different ones.
Yeah, let me know. I'll tell you what hoods to stay out of, because you go to the wrong net. Like if you go down on Diamond Street or over there down the bottom near the zoo, man, bro, you ain't gonna make it out of there, bro.
Nah, I ain't. Listen, bro. Only time I'm going to the hood, bro, is if I have to.
Like
if I don't gotta go there, I'm not going there.
Yeah, you can go like to that, like in the city, like down the Center City. I mean, you're gonna be a lot of people down there, man. Center City, some parts of South Philly. It's cool, like over there where IKEA is, like it's by the water, like Delaware Ave. Yeah, you meet a lot of people over there. You can do some interviews over there. Yeah, South Street. That's where everybody go down South Street. I don't go down there no more because those dudes down there are ignorant, man. They grab your girl in front of you, smack her on the butt and all that, and you be out there rumbling. And I don't do that.
Yeah, that's Mac. Yeah, people wild everywhere, man. That's why you gotta protect yourself wherever you go, man. You gotta think smart before you go. But yeah, man, I'm finna take a nap and go to my next job, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to take it down too, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
About that time. Yep, I appreciate you, Doug. No problem, bro.
All right,
peace and blessings. Yep, holla at you later. Thank y'all in the chat.